transportation. In Gujarat and many other places, transport for disabled people are free. But how much accessible and safer it is, especially for girls with deafness or with severe disability. Even I am forced to take Ola, Uber or apps like that because of the issue of safety. Because I don't know how safer it is for me. And bus वगैरह जितने में भी जाते हैं, I cannot just see the bus number and cannot hear whatever people are trying. So I cannot use it if I have to go independently. So if I use online apps, it is more costlier for me. So my request is that when we talk about accessible transport, we have to think about safety also and have to highlight how we can commute through that. Most of us also need to be trained on how we can use accessible modes.
मैं जो हेमोफीलिया के इस साथ में हूँ, तो हेमोफीलिया बोलने के बाद सब लोग बोलते मतलब क्या होता है, आज मैं आपके साथ खड़ा हूँ बैठा हूँ, कल क्या कंडीशन है हम बोल नहीं सकते. तो रिजर्वेशन नौकरी के लिए बहुत सारी ये दिक्कत होती है, क्योंकि वो हेमोफीलिया बोलने के बाद कोई उसको एंटरटेन नहीं करते, क्योंकि हेमोफीलिक आज जो कंडीशन में है वो उसका कल क्या भरोसा नहीं, कौन से पार्ट पर उसको स्वेलिंग आ जाए, क्या है, कौन सी ब्लीडिंग हो जाए, वो गारंटी नहीं है. तो उसके वजह से थोड़ा उसके लिए थोड़ा कुछ सोचना चाहिए और डिसेबिलिटी के हिसाब से सोचना चाहिए. क्या कुछ होता है तो उसके हिसाब से ये इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है, क्योंकि हम सब बाकी सब बोलते हैं, लेकिन जो पेट का जो होता है वो उसके हिसाब से होता है और वो डिसेबिलिटी के हिसाब से वो करना चाहिए, थोड़ा देखना चाहिए.
मदर दर्शना मेहता स्पीकिंग. मेरा ये कहना है कि पहला पॉइंट कि अर्ली इंटरवेंशन जो है उसके ऊपर बहुत ही आग्रह किया जाए और शायद अगर ऐसे कोई रूल्स बनाए जाए कि सारी फैसिलिटीज अर्ली इंटरवेंशन के लिए पेरेंट्स बच्चों को लेके जाएंगे तभी मिलेगी, तो जाकर इस प्रॉब्लम में बहुत सारा फायदा होगा आगे चलकर. तो यह एक जवाबदारी पेरेंट्स को उठाने के लिए, क्योंकि पेरेंट्स बहुत कंफ्यूज रहते हैं, उनको बहुत बार मेडिकल गाइडलाइन भी क्लियर नहीं मिलती है कि अर्ली इंटरवेंशन कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है. दूसरी बात है, जब बच्चा 6 साल का होता है तब स्कूल जाता है या तो उसके पहले भी जाता है, मगर 18 साल में सबको रूल्स लागू पड़ते हैं, वैसे फ्री एजुकेशन बंद हो जाता है. 18 साल में इस बच्चों ने काफी कुछ सीखा नहीं है और उसके बाद ही उनका ऑक्यूपेशनल ट्रेनिंग की बहुत जरूरी है, तब जाके बच्चे घर में, क्योंकि पेरेंट्स को कोई हेल्प नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट की बहुत सारे बच्चे घर में बैठ जाते हैं या तो प्राइवेट ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में हमें भेजने पड़ते हैं, तो बहुत सारे बच्चों की ऑक्यूपेशनल ट्रेनिंग नहीं होती है. तो शायद 18 के बाद गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट बहुत जरूरी है. किस प्रकार का सपोर्ट देना चाहिए उसके ऊपर विचार विमर्श किया जा सकता है, मगर 18+ को जरूर सपोर्ट करना चाहिए. बहुत सारे मेडिकल CMEs होते हैं, यहाँ पर भी होने वाला है, तो इस प्रॉब्लम को हाईलाइट किया जाना चाहिए. क्योंकि जब हम डॉक्टर के पास, मेरी बेटी को साइकेट्रिक प्रॉब्लम बहुत बड़ा हुआ था, जब डॉक्टर के पास लेके गए तब हमारे डॉक्टर की पहचान थी. डॉक्टर ने कहा कि इस बारे में हमारी ट्रेनिंग बिल्कुल कम होती है, क्योंकि बहुत कम लोगों को हमें ऐसे ट्रीट करना पड़ता है, मगर इस बारे में ज्यादा जानकारी, इवन डेंटल ट्रीटमेंट के लिए भी जब डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं तो डॉक्टर्स को मुसीबत लगती है कि इन बच्चों को हम कैसे ट्रीट करें. अब बहुत सारी जानकारी आ रही है, मगर इसके ऊपर भी ज्यादा ध्यान देना चाहिए. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much.
From Mumbai.
Please, sir.
I'm from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. I'm a person with early onset Parkinson's. I have 2 questions pertaining to Parkinson's. The first one would be why glyphosate, which is a herbicide, and trichloroethylene, a pesticide which is a known neurotoxin and causes Parkinson's, still not banned in India. The second one would be after few years of Parkinson's, when your medicines don't work and you get a lot of multiple fluctuations, motor fluctuations, there's a surgery called deep brain stimulation which really helps people. But it's not performed in most of the government hospitals in India. Even in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, from where I come, it's not there. They don't even have the infrastructures, resources, or the trained doctors there. Only I think so in Hyderabad and Bangalore, to my knowledge, only in these two, the thing they perform. So can it be made accessible or deep brain stimulation to all people with Parkinson's, because it will really help people with early onset Parkinson's like me.
Looking at the accessibility, not just about Goa but all the states in India, we are, as we all know, we are struggling, and this topic has been raised almost so many times. And the laws exist, but why there is so much lack of implementation? So a few things that I want to comment or suggest and even ask is that why are we not pushing on the online systems of building plan approvals? So there is a platform. Can we not proceed it further by pushing it from the Social Justice Welfare Department and Commissioner's Department? Can we push that, because that is the main one of the major areas where we can actually go forward and implement accessibility, at least for the new buildings. So right now, I would say that like I don't see any most of the buildings which are 100% accessible, and we have all the harmonized guidelines and space standards. We have all the laws, but where are we lacking behind in implementation? I understand it's a long journey, but the right actions of implementation has to be taken.
My name is Saurabh Prasad, and I am a person with blindness. I am a resident of Jharkhand, but currently I am employed with Microsoft at Noida. And first, I would give a brief background, and then I will ask the question. So basically, this year, last year, DPWD initiated a STEM-based program and circulated around 100 proposals to 100 different national institutes who are working for blindness or hearing impaired for establishing STEM labs into their schools. But in response, they received less than 5 applications for proposals. Now, when we tried to know the reason why were the institutions not too much encouraged to take this issue, we found that they said that they don't have dedicated teachers who are ready to take this up. So unless we have required caretakers and teachers, we won't be able to initiate these programs. So I wish to know what sort of plan do we have to manage this sort of shortage of dedicated teachers across schools, not just the special schools but in regular schools also. The reason is that most of the students are mainly associated with this all the special schools that exist throughout the country, and when they go ahead, they know that they have the option to quit these subjects like math and science after class 8th or 10th. So not very much, they're not encouraged on that level.
We need to take stock of what aspects got implemented out of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act, what are in process of implementation and what didn't take off. So with those aspects which got implemented, how effectively responsive it is for people with disabilities. So if we can take stock of that, and if the commissioners, state commissioners and the CCPD can issue an order on social audit where people with disabilities can also include it. When I say effective inclusion of those programs which is implemented, I would like to give one quick example. We have the caregivers allowance, support in the RPDA, whereas many states are giving just 1,000 rupees for caregivers who are parents, which is not really an answer. A caregiver program means somebody who is trained caregiver who can assist, and that trained caregiver will have to be paid.
I think the period is over. So definitely we will work on it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Now we have got our next ambassador.
I'm from Haryana, so I just want to make one recommendation based on my research, which I have been carrying out for past almost over 2 years. So according to my findings, cases of crimes against persons with disability do not get recorded properly, either on state level or national level. As a result, India has next to nothing data on this regard. I mean, with regards to crime against persons with disability, we don't have any proper record. So this lack of data is also a clear violation of Section 7 of RPWD Act, which state that in order to protect persons with disability from all forms of abuse, violence and exploitation, and to prevent the same, the government shall create awareness and make available information among the public. So my point is, when there is no information, how can there be an awareness?
सर पहले तो अवेयरनेस में पहला तो प्रोफेशनल लोगों को, डॉक्टरों को, क्योंकि सिकल सेल एक इनविजिबल डिसेबिलिटी है, दिखती नहीं है, इसके कारण और अच्छी चिकित्सा सुविधा या सही चिकित्सा नहीं मिलने के कारण बहुत सारे सिकल सेल मरीजों की मृत्यु हुई है। तो प्रोफेशनल को भी ट्रेनिंग की ज़रूरत है और सिकल सेल के बारे में जानने की ज़रूरत है। और इसके साथ साथ कॉमन पीपल, जो सामान्य लोग हैं, उनको भी अवेयरनेस की ज़रूरत है। और ट्रीटमेंट में इसका एक मुख्य रामबाण इलाज है जो हाइड्रोक्सीयूरिया भी उपलब्ध हो रहे हैं, उसको कि पीएचसी लेवल तक के अभी जिला हॉस्पिटलों में मिलता है और उसको गांव में पीएचसी स्तर तक के भी मिलने की उपलब्धता और उसकी अच्छी गुणवत्ता।
Hello everybody, good evening. My name is Prasad Joshi and I'm the Purple Ambassador for the Deaf. I'm from Goa. There are many challenges. The main is the communication challenge that we focus, and linked with this there are all other challenges that are interconnected. For example, anybody, if I want to meet, I am dependent on an interpreter, and that's the main challenge. And because most of them, they don't know sign language, and that's the main hurdle. And I want, we know that there are we want ISL to be an official language. Once it is officially registered, I think most of the problems will be solved. Quality education, early intervention, this is all missed out for a deaf person. So if we have this, even there are hearing teachers who focus on oralism. There is no sign language used. And because of this lack of comprehension, lack of language, there are hurdles in jobs. Even quality education, even higher education like getting enrolled for a BA program is difficult for a deaf. And I think if sign language is introduced and implemented, most of the problems will be resolved. So I want to focus on the training of the teachers in sign language as well. So there are two courses where are like Disney. Disney is diploma in teaching sign language. Second, it is for diploma in Indian sign language interpretation. So these are already implemented, but then there are no job posts for these students. So none of the students are enrolling for these courses, and we are not getting interpreters and also the deaf teachers for teaching ISL. So I want, very important is quality education for deaf. Thank you.